What's going on, guys? We're in the shop. You guys are probably getting tired of this. I'm getting tired of this, but more wiring today. We're working on Levi's sandrail, trying to get it going. My niece and nephew will be here next week for Thanksgiving, and my parents have 2 quads, and we have the go-kart that's just outside, but I also want to get this going. That way I can take Ray for a ride, take Levi for a ride, and then my little sister, my niece, and my nephew, they can all ride the go-kart and the quads. So we're working on this. We have 2 main issues. Issue number 1 is it doesn't start. The ignition switch that we just put in it like, I don't know, a year and a half ago, it went bad. So we're gonna switch it over to just a push button, simple, easy, done. The second problem, which is the problem that we never got fixed, the brake master was leaking, so I replaced it. Well, the replacement never would bleed. So I ordered a new one. It was supposed to be here yesterday. Today's Thursday. It's not here. Hopefully it'll be here tomorrow, Veterans Day. We'll see. But for now, we're gonna get the headlights done. I have some little LED light pods that we're putting on here. We're gonna get the ignition switch in. Hopefully that will be good. We'll find out. And then the master will be here tomorrow, fingers crossed. We're going away for the weekend. Sunday, we'll get back here. Hopefully we can get that master in, get it bled, and this thing will be good to go. It does run, it runs just fine. It's out of gas, so it doesn't run right now. But other than that, it runs fine. We fired it up like 2 or 3 times in here. So let's get cracking on some wiring. Once again, I'm sorry, I know, lots of wiring. So I got the switches mounted on this plate, kind of cut some stuff up. We may have to move these sides in or out, but that's it. So now we're gonna get to wiring. We gotta figure all this out. So power's gonna come in to this switch, come out of this switch to here, to here, to here, to here. That way this first switch has to be on before anything else gets power. So that's the way we're gonna wire it. They gave us a little bit of wire, a little bit of stuff. No connectors, which is lame. That was screws that we're not using. So I'm gonna go ahead and start wiring this. You guys can watch it. We'll see how it turns out. So I want to show you guys this. They give you this little wiring diagram of how they want it. So like I said, the power comes in, goes to this relay. Oops. The relay feeds power to everything else, right? Well, right here on your starter, you always want this to fire a relay. So I guess we'll have a relay here, but then we'll also put a relay off the starter going to where it goes. So I'll show you guys what that looks like. Not sure where we're gonna hang the relays. We'll try to find a spot in here. Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out. I have 2 different styles of relays. I have this relay, which is waterproof. This is a nice waterproof style. But what I think I'm going to use is one of these guys because they have a fuse on them. So you just get these in here, however they go. You got to figure that out like that. Oh, another nice thing about these ones is they clip together. So you can do this number. And now they're together. So you got 2. And you just take your other relay and you put it the same direction. All right, maybe you can get it in the hole. So there's that. Then you take your little metal hangers right here. Slip that guy down in there. He's on. Slip this guy down in here. He's on. So now these can be mounted wherever you need to mount them. Right. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna wire these bad boys up. So the way all this works is not the simplest. They have a diagram on the top. I don't know if you guys can read that. There it goes. So that corresponds to the bottom here. The bottom will also have the numbers on it. So you just take a relay, You don't have to use one of your ones that you have hooked up. You can get a different one. And you read the diagram, and it's going to tell you what's what. So if we look on our diagram, it says that our switch, that's what this part is right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. But that means this switch right there, that little line. So we're taking power from 30 and we're giving it to 87. So we go to the back side, we find 30. 30 is our straight blade, or well, our oddball. And then what do we say? 86. Is that right? 87. And 87 is going to be the opposite side. So 30 and then 87. It doesn't really matter which way you do it, but we can go ahead and go like this. And so you know we're going blue and we're giving it red. So that's our relay. White is our trigger, so it will go to the switch as well. And then yeah, let's see if this is right, because this, I have a feeling, didn't show. Yeah, see, look, this doesn't even tell you how to hook it up. It doesn't do a very good job. So I'm gonna have to think about how to fire this relay with this setup, because it's a little bit confusing to me. Because we wanna, when we turn the switch on, it gives power to the relay, but we don't want the relay to get power from there. We want it to get power from elsewhere, right? Let me think. So here's what I came up with. These are 3 constant hots because these are switches. So the hot comes in, this will be from the car. This is what's going to our switch. So this is switch, always hot, always hot, always hot. All this will always be hot. These will go to the other side of their designated switches, turning the relay on, giving the blue wires power. The blue wire will fire the starter, turn on the headlights, all that kind of stuff. So that's how we have it set up right now. So we just need to find an end for this that fits onto our switch. Our switches here, they're really goofy. Some of them are clamp style. Some of them are spade connectors, and then these ones are just eyelets. So we have to figure all that out. My tube of, or my box of fittings here, whatever these are called, fell apart. Now we have to do this number and find shit, and it's really annoying. Thought I lost it. Then you fold it. It's just gotten thicker. Fold it again. It's gotten extra thicker. So now it's close-ish to the right size. Then we can give it squeezed from hell. Make sure that shit ain't coming out. So now, when we hit that switch, boom, it will turn on this relay. It'll click this relay. You know, I just freaking realized this son of a bitch, man. We need another one. Fuckers. Motherfucker, man. Damn it! So annoying. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. So I found another yellow one. So that's what we're going to do. What I did now is I'm hooking up the light that's inside that switch. What I did is I grabbed my 2 grounds for my relay, tied them together, gave myself 2 grounds. This one will go to the chassis. This one will go to the light. So we're just going to go ahead and fold this guy up too. Fold it up. Slip that in there. Give it one heck of a crimp. Good to go. Slide this down here. So there. Our first switch is hooked up. Right? What the fuck did I do? Yes. First switch is hooked up. So hot power. That's our trigger for our relay, which is going to turn this on. Hold on. Okay, so this is a clamp style, and we have to feed all our power out from there. So I have my relay stripped. It's going to go in one side of the screw, And this is our power to the other switches. It's going to go on the opposite side, so we're actually going to switch those around. That makes more sense to me. Okay. So there's that. Sounds like Jake is around. There's that. Then this. Actually, I can go smaller than this. Let's see if we can fit a smaller one in there. Let's see. Because we can kind of spread this guy out a little. Maybe. Okay. Then we take some of this red wire. Some right here. Strip him. Strippity. Go ahead and uncoil this. We can put him in there. Now let's tighten this thing up. Nice. Okay. So now this is real simple. It's just going to go here. All right, we want to go to the off side. That's the off side. So off. And then we got to strip both ends of this. So we're going to strip him. Then we're going to strip him. Okay. Put those together. And slip our little connector boy on here. There's that guy. Boom. Nice and tight. Now, we can go through here. Gotta take this screw out. I hope you guys can see. You cannot. Let me. Other way. Okay. So just took this little screw out. Run him through the eyelet. Then the fun part of making all this work. Okay, so that one's good and tight. Now this one's going to go here. Cut him. Remember, strip both sides. Strippity, strippity. Strippity, strippity. Put these together. A little twist. Our little eyelet. Clamp. Now we can loosen up this next one. If I would have used the fork connectors, we could just slide them in there once we loosen these up. But I used the eyelets, whatever. Now this one, because it's the end of our series, we only have to do one. Whoop. So just do that, grab this, put him on, crimp him down, start him up. Okay, so there's that. Now we got to take this white wire, because it's our other trigger, right? And it needs to go to the other side of our start switch, because that is what's going to fire our relay to our starter. That's Carissa calling to yell at me because she told me to go do something and I didn't do it. Okay, so that should be it for here. This is going to go to our starter. This is going to go to 12 volts, aka the battery. One of these is going to go to our fuel pump. One's going to go to our headlights, and we'll have one spare. So all that seems good to me. Yeah, let's tighten this up, because loose as a goose. Maybe. 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 Okay. 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 The other one seemed okay. So yeah, that's that. We just have this one wire, this ground wire, this hot wire. So I'm gonna go over to the car and hook this stuff up. I'll show you guys when I'm done. Hello. So it's all wired up. Let's check it out. Camera's about to die, mic's about to die. Fuel pump's on. Oh, no headlights because we don't have the ground hooked up. Duh. Anyways, I'll get those grounds hooked up. I'll show you guys that, but starter works, ignition works, fuel pump works. Let's double check the ignition real quick. I want to show you guys something. So, kill him, no fuel pump. Fuel pump. No start. Cranky crank. So you turn those on all you want. They're not doing nothing until you turn on the main power. So yeah, that's exactly how we want it. Perfect. So I'll see you guys in the next clip. We'll be bleeding the brakes and I'll show you guys the headlights work. So yeah, I'll see you in like 2 seconds. All right, here we go. We got the new master down here. We're gonna take this one out. It's just like 2 bolts right there. Get all those lines off. Should be able to get that guy on there real quick. We'll have Carissa come out. She'll help us bleed it. I have a vacuum bleeder, but I don't know where it is. It's not in there. I don't know where else it would be. Oh, come here. I've let a lot of people use it. It's a really useful tool. Like I said, I don't know where it is. Anyways, I'm gonna swap that out, get the new one on, get it filled with fluid. Fingers crossed, we'll be able to get that thing to bleed. So, I know. Anyways, Jake came over, helped me bleed the brakes. We got the master on. It's working, finally. This is our 3rd master cylinder. He also gave us some more LED light pods. So we got 2 more pods to put on there. We're thinking either a second set down here or mounting them up here. Not real sure. But so we got to do that. We also got to do our tail lights here. I found a set of tail lights I had laying around, put those on. So we need to wire those up. Again, not a big deal. The big deal, the problem, this freaking carburetor. Now, if you guys watch the channel a lot, you know I hate carburetors. So this carburetor is just leaking fuel. Some of the seals are bad, I'm sure. And the pump that's on here is overwhelming the float in there. So we're gonna have to take this carb off, take it apart. Luckily I already have a rebuild kit, so it's not a huge deal, but we're gonna have to take it apart, rebuild it. And I don't know what I'm doing. This will completely be a learning experience for me. Jake has a buddy that is pretty into VWs, so we may be able to get in contact with him and maybe get him over here one day during the week and help us get this thing all cleaned up and good to go. I also work with a guy named Dennis. He is into older cars and knows a bit about carburetors, so might be able to talk him into coming to help me. The plan is to get this thing on the road by next Friday. I guess not even next Friday, this Friday. By Friday. We get it running and driving by Friday, we'll be good to go. If we have lights, great. Our seats, I've started building a little bit of cushion for that, but not a big deal. The main thing is get it running and driving, stopping, which it does now, and we'll be good. We just gotta get this carburetor under control, get the lights wired up. So we'll be doing that in the next video, but this is the end of this video. I think we did quite a bit. Brakes are on, the ignition switch is all working, headlights are in. We just have more headlights to do now, taillights and a carburetor. So I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for hanging out. And hopefully next time we'll actually get some footage of us ripping this thing.